I was expecting Powell to have some effect, but I guess he hasn't spoken yet. In 30 minutes he will, so.
Yeah, he's speaking right now.
Is
All
he?
right. Watch that 0975 right there. We printed now 1375, sorry. See if we can get up there. So gap is closed, not a big thing. We have a fake high to the upside for now. That's a real high. All right. So we closed that as well, that 1350, 1375, sorry. Oh no, we're one tick away.
What are you aiming for?
I'm not aiming for anything. I'm just saying be aware of those locations. Right now, sitting right on that major level. Nothing to see here yet. Let it play out. You're going to get a two-way trade. We are, remember, short-term bullish, long-term bearish. I think we're going to get up to 39.28 or so, maybe even up to 30s. It's a fake high.
What do you think about 23s? Or maybe 28.75-ish?
Yeah, 28.75 for the weekly high would be a good number.
Oh, I like that.
I think at yesterday's open. Globex open.
I didn't get Globex open, but I got like the midday Euro turn, like right where we double tap the bottom for 2 hours. That's where I got a small long in. I did not take any size, sadly. $92.50 is what I'm sitting with. I'm just holding on to 4 lots of the majority of the position, so it's hoping to get to 25 and then I'm fully out. Fuck it, I'll take it here. That paid for itself.
Dollar index
That-
tapped the opening and just dropped from there. Almost to the tick. Quite a bit of people selling off right now, but not accomplishing very much. It's another big high.
NQ is turning tail. Ah, fuck. Well, that was poor management by me to not
Yes, put
actually
in a
contemplate the
reversal
short.
in a small time frame, but nothing yet. A lot of selling.
Selling an NQ is fucking ridiculous. It's really heavy. Backlash? Huh? NQ uptaking again.
We're in make higher highs. We're not at that level yet for the reverse. First time up, 3750 is going to be resistance. We're just not high enough.
So what do you think of 3750? You think it can reverse there or just have some kind of reaction?
I think it could definitely have a reverse, maybe not to where, where we think it's gonna go. Like it's not gonna go newer lows and stuff like that, but I think we're gonna possibly chop around there for a bit and then come back down. When I say come back down, I don't mean like new low, maybe new low of the day, but nothing like below like 3771 or something like that.
You think we could hit, I was thinking about this, 3950 today if we keep going?
Yeah, I mean it's most definitely impossible. There is an area of interest there. I think this current sell is slightly BS.
Oh, I could have gone filled at 18.
It's a lot of imbalance to the low side, a lot of selling, but just really a lot of absorption.
Jesus, take the wheel.
I'm gonna get a pop. If the sellers don't continue, they're getting absorbed. Might get a pop. Imbalance to the low side.
Covered half my short position. Average at 1675 out. And I trailed in my stop to 2375. My entry is 25. And this time I have it set to market if touched, so Jesus Christ. I'll take another half off. Filled. The rest goes either stop or fucking low of day. Jesus fucking Christ, man. That was intense. That was too much size there. I shorted 25. Like on the retrace, I shorted 25. My worst fill was 24.75. But I went pretty heavy on the size, so I was risking the high of RTH, so I had my stop at 27.25. 9 ticks of stop in total. If it failed. It's been a long time since I felt adrenaline while trading. That's not good. How are you doing, Zero?
Nothing.
You just watching?
Yeah. Not too much right now. I missed the possible short, but I still thought I was gonna get up higher.
Yeah. Like I thought so as well initially. That's why where I closed out my My original position, like the remaining runner at 24.75, and then I didn't get
News.
into when we hit the 28.7.
There's news.
There's news in 15.
No, not really.
Yeah.
What's in 15? Wholesale inventories?
Yep.
It's minor news.
It's
For it,
medium.
it's
I have
because
it as medium.
it's November, so it's lagging.
Oh,
It's
shit.
very laggy.
Damn. You totally could have longed at 18.
It depends if it pops. Like it could come all the way up to 27, reject, and then clusterfuck everyone.
How are you guys finding the tape today, by the way?
I'm not reading
trading, dude.
it.
There you go.
Depends what time of day you're talking about, Specs.
Right now.
Oh, I mean, compared to yesterday?
Yeah. Yesterday was kinda
Yesterday
good.
was all fucked up, yeah. It was, I don't know if you want to call it thin, but it wasn't really clean.
A lot of random pullbacks. Oh, there we go. We closed the gap.
What gap?
Oh, not really a gap. I guess we just touched yesterday's low at 975.
Look for shit. My shit's going off now. All right. Look for 17.25 for a short. Maybe not even 17.25. Yeah, 17.25. The dollar index put in a reversal. ES just put in a reversal, but we're gonna retrace. I'm still looking at 17.25. NQ has not put in a reversal yet. Wherever you're trading, it's just short-term trade.
Took everything off except for 10 lots.
All right. Just add it to my gold trade.
Get some chickens for good luck.
What?
Pie, give us some chickens.
Some chickens.
Based on standard R 9.3R on the trade so far and 10 lots holding.
Sorry, someone said my name.
Chickens. Make the
Okay.
rooster go. What?
Okay. Chicken chooses you.
Amazing. That is our Lord and
God.
Savior. That is our Lord and Savior, by the way. Red pie. That is like the equivalent of how Fat Cat praises Mike Bellafury. We praise the chicken in the background. The rooster. My bad. It's really slowing down here, isn't it? NQ still trying to poke the bottom to break it. Maybe here we go. Yep, there it goes. Broke lower. Massive vomit.
There goes 1725.
It's so fucking aggressive today. Like the moves. Kinda like it, kinda don't.
Wait for the
I'm stopped on
reversal.
the remaining 10 lots, by the way. It's funny how those last 10 lots pretty much paid for my commissions. Fucking stupid. Fuck her up, Buttercup. Harvey, why are you not talking? Are you in the zone? I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab a drink. I'm gonna start early. The tea is good for you, Zero, right?
You're celebrating already?
Oh, that was like all in all, 149 grand. So I'm not gonna complain.
Nice.
And I had the trade from earlier today. I think I only need 2 really good trades like that a day. What's up, Harvey? Isn't the trading supposed to be like a long and painful job? I've heard. Today it doesn't seem like it, at least. But I've been awake since like 7 in the morning, like my time, and looking at the market. So, like, this is my 8th hour trading technically, but
Well, I'm gonna drop off.
it's enough for some biscuits and tea.
Always, Jameson. Always. Do you consider the open candle run a break of structure, or does it not count? Doesn't count when it breaks. I don't, Cosmo. The break of structure it happened already actually, so I don't count it. Especially if you peg it against the overnight action. So earlier on I said I'm bullish intraday, bearish overall. I'm waiting for it to get up to like 30s. What am I looking for? Like 31s, maybe even up to 50s to get short. As of right now, I'm not interested in any of this back and forth. This back and forth was anticipated, in my opinion. However, I did think that it was going to go a lot lower. I thought we might get to 95, which we still can, but if we're going to get to 95, I expect us to get up to prior to that to like 30s or 50s, depending on what happens. But yeah, I expect this to get up to 175 or so. But that doesn't mean it can't get up to 50s. Once it gets up there, what I anticipate is for it to get to 95. So despite it putting in reversals, I'm still not interested in this area. What's stopping me from taking any trades Cosmo is because um you know it's not a level I want to get involved in. However, I don't like how the capital flow is already saying that we should, you know, have a intraday downside already. So that's kind of scaring me off. So one way or another, I mean, I'm being scared off of this. So yeah, I have not. Aside from gold and which I got broke even on, or actually slightly down on that actually. And that gas. Aside from that, nothing else. I'm not seeing much happening. The ranges have been more short, smaller and smaller. News just came out. Well, it actually came out a little bit a while ago. But wholesale inventories is 1%. Previous was 5. Forecast is 1. So nothing crazy. I believe is it the 12th? Yep. Thursday is gonna have the bigger number.
Still think we can get that 37 touch 0?
You know, I thought we could, but it doesn't look like it. It does just based on the flow of things. I don't think so. We might get it. I don't know. We could drift higher for the next 2 days.
The correlation between Dixie and bonds right now.
Here goes that 31.25. No new lows in dollar index.
It was the sorry. It was the fact that they were traversing in the same direction, and then the bonds potentially gave a little reversal. But right when this all happened.
I'm gonna try for a short. Yeah. First stab, break even already. So let's see where it goes. We'll look for that. Break even. Get him to 37 specs.
Zero.
We need to slow down though if we're gonna reverse here. I think it needs to build just a bit higher. Well, it's an LVN because it was the previous week's high. Interesting, it breaks now here. For a pullback. Yeah. That just went too fast, couldn't get in. I don't know. Oh, you're right. Back.
So, did anybody hear what, like, Jay Powell, like, what, you know, like, what did he say? What was the actual outcome of all that shit? It could be that's all the only reason I can come up with. And what fucking news are you guys talking about on Wednesday? It's Thursday and Friday. Yeah, sorry, because Zero made that same. I just thought I was missing something because somebody else, I think it was Zero, that said something about Wednesday too, and I don't see shit. I see a bond auction.
Jay
Crude
Powell
oil.
basically said he wants to make it clear that the Fed should be independent and all central banks should be independent and not give in to social pressures.
That's what I got from it too. But anything else?
It means if we're gonna tighten, we're gonna tighten. No pivot, eat a dick.
Cool, thanks.
He said eat a dick.
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
Fucking legend. Not the hero we need, but the hero we deserve.
I want Janet back.
Exactly.
I want
That
Janet.
too. That too.
Well, just a note on what you were saying about the. I don't know. I don't see the bids and the limits, or the markets and the limits, but just the speed. Today's speed is extremely aggressive.
Yeah, this is not a typical day. This is I don't like this. I took a break even and a loss. So I'm down like 1 hour.
Better than 2 hour.
Yeah, better. Not good though. Tomorrow should be cleaner.
No, I guess over time you start to realize what well, no, not even what not to do, but it's like when markets change, you need to change with the markets. Well, it's the conditions of the markets, and I'm only good at trading certain volatilities. Like super fast is not good for me, and super slow is not good for me either. And this is like borderline mid high for me right now. I'm having a hard time.
Yeah, it's very erratic today. It's reversing at like random spots.
Yeah,
at
that's not doing
times.
it where I want it to. Yeah, absolutely. Almost, and then I was.
It's traded before. So you kind of have to think of it in that way. Like it's an expanding, like whatever they're doing, like they're fucking people on both ends. Like you saw them pull all the way up, then pull like basically all the way back to the open and fuck everybody that bought. Like and then pull up and fuck every short again. And now we're down like what, like from peak to trough, 15 points. That's normal trading within 4 minutes. Well, I don't know. I would just suggest putting on something that calms you down. Just fucking take it easy. Look for your A+ setups and just fucking wait. There's nothing else to do.
So I don't know if you guys saw, but like at the 3906 area, they were absorbing sell orders there. So there were sellers in the market, as you can see, but for some reason they really wanted to support the market there. And as long as we stay above that, this thing can just stay
30.
bullish.
3906. Sorry.
Or 3906, 3906.
I thought you were talking about 3939. Sorry, you're talking about 3906. Sorry.
Yeah, like in the morning, like at 9:46, 9:48.
Yeah, 52.
You can see it in the candles, like they abruptly stopped there because they were absorbing a bunch of orders. So as long as we're like above that, it's like it just wants to hold the market up for now.
I mean, what it looks like to me was more of a shift in sentiment of the active sellers. Like, there were active sellers that pushed the stops of longs, and then once they didn't get any follow-through, everybody just stopped and then covered immediately. Like, from 952.50, roughly, all the way up till 54. Like, they were just non-stop buying and short covering.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, like
Well,
there's
something
mixed signals.
happened. Something happened in 3906. Like whatever it is, whatever activity, it was meant to push this market up. As long as we're above that or above VWAP, this thing is bullish or whatever you want to call it.
Fair enough. It's an interpretation.
Okay, well, that's where the bonds hit their top, and also the Dixie also hit a top there at that same time and reversed. And that's when they started to kind of work together in the same direction, which was kind of what I was noting earlier.
By the way, the retrace now from 1023 till 1027 pretty much hit the opposite end of the LVN. So if it breaks the full session VPOC here at 21 or below 19, like this could get ugly real fast.
Yeah.
So just like it's doing.
No. Man, this thing is erratic.
I mean, I'm not saying it's erratic. It's predictable because you could see it before it happened there. But like once it goes, like you have no chance to get in.
It's
like
too
you have
hard
to
to
market
get
order.
in. Yeah.
You have to market order if you're gonna get in. Like there's no way to manage your risk in that situation. Like there just isn't. You either need to see it before it happens. Like I saw it like there. That was like 20 seconds before it happened. I wouldn't have time to put on a trade in that time and manage my expectations
Yeah.
because it wasn't in a region of interest for me. Like 27 was, but it didn't consolidate there. It consolidated 26. So I don't know. I'm more picky. I don't know. That might be it. Now we're at full session VWAP. See what happens. Nope. Let's see if these sellers actually have some fucking firepower or they just fucking dicking around here.
I don't know.
3906. I think it gets another try. I think it's gonna get another try here.
Yeah.
Pretty decent absorption here. Volume picking up pretty heavily. Still predominantly down ticking and market order selling.
Whoa.
That was a really responsive move. A lot of people throwing in the handle there. Just fucking done. I should rename the flat button to just done for today.
Seriously.
Because that is a done for today candle, for sure.
Should have just left a limit order at 31 like I.
Well, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Like, I said the same thing when we were about to break down at, what would it be, like 9:28 Central Time. Like, that it's, if they broke 21 this time, like, it's gonna be aggressive. Like, really aggressive. Not easy. Because if we could predict the market that easily, like damn, zero.
Oh, I thought we could.
I mean,
I thought
to
we
a certain
did.
to a certain extent, but you can't predict it like several hours ahead of it happening or minutes, like 30 minutes before it happens.
Oh, we did.
What do you mean?
I thought we all agreed that we should short 31s.
Yeah.
Oh, it went to 35, so it would have ran the stop anyway.
Yeah. Depends
So,
on what stop you have.
I mean, you said it before, like 4 points.
4
Usually.
points. Having a trade idea and executing is completely different.
But that's what I meant. That's what I meant. That's why limit order, like, is wishful thinking. The same thing as me thinking I could enter 27.
Oh, you can. You just gotta believe.
You gotta believe.
Believe in yourself.
Oh,
Well,
Shit.
don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
the market has taught me otherwise. It's taught me to be humble. About at least how I can execute, because I know that I get fucked sometimes when I try to do fancy shit.
This shit was fast.
Like something's going on today. I'm getting liquidated. What is this?
I don't know. Shit's fast, right? No
This
pullback.
is very fast.
Yep.
Which names are down the most? Let's look.
What is that? Is that somebody on the elevator? What the fuck?
Sorry, it's my.
It's
I'll
her
lower the
cancel
volume.
button.
It's my
her-
alarm. It's like.
It's like
Tell
trying to
Sounds
get
like
in.
it's like
happening.
you're the 4th floor, 5th floor. Actually, the other way around. So we're at the 6th, we're going to the 5, now we're at the 4. Let's see if we go back up.
But I agree, there's something at 3900s that I want to hold. So there's
Yeah.
some buyers present around
Something's
like
going on.
3900s-ish. Somewhere around there. But what? I can't say. Fucking weird. Is it Apple that's receiving some dick? It looks like it.
Someone?
Yeah, it's destroyed. Jesus.
Apple's getting massacred.
Let's see
That's
what
why.
Tesla is doing.
I mean, Tesla's also getting massacred, but it's not as like
Yeah.
brutal.
Today's Apple.
Apple is so big, so like it's.
I have to measure Apple right now against Microsoft, right? It's this, it's the...
Microsoft is also down huge from the high of the day.
I guess, sorry, it would be Microsoft and Google. You'd really
Those
want
are
to be.
not too bad. It's really Apple.
I mean, yes,
Well,
it
Apple's
is
getting
definitely.
left out of the prize, right? You see what I'm saying? Apple's going to be left behind here very shortly with their search engine. No, in a bigger picture, right? Bing is going to be working on things to try and compete with Google at this point. And Google's going to have to work their fucking ass off to get their job, keep their stance, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, their rank in the world rankings of search engine. Okay?
Are you
It's that
investing in
chat-
those companies?
No, but it's the chat GPT thing and then AI, right?
Yeah.
Microsoft's going to start using it for Bing. Google's got jack shit right now. They're working their asses off to try and come up with something that will help with that situation.
I mean, that's going to be really powerful if we can
It's huge
incorporate
already.
that into.
It's
huge. I love it.
Already. I haven't
It's
even
so
tried. I didn't even
helpful.
click on it yet because I don't want to get my shit taken.
What do you mean?
What
It's
do you
just
guys-
chat.
Yeah.
I'm not uploading photos.
That's what TikTok's all about. Have you seen the
Yeah.
TikTok rules and agreements or whatever?
Yep, that's why I don't use that.
Well, they already got you. That's what I mean. As soon as you fucking swiped it, you're on, right? It's too late.
I know,
That's
it's
what I'm
true.
saying.
It's just too much good content out there. How can I not consume?
So that's
Yeah.
why I believe Apple's probably taking a fucking shit kicking because they don't really have fuck all except for a cool camera on their phone. Right?
It's gonna be their
I mean-
legacy phone.
They're really good usability on their laptop. Is that what it is? Like,
I mean,
people
I
get
do
over
like
that.
their
The thing is, it's a
Everybody
sticky
does.
brand. It's a sticky
we can
brand.
go
That's the
up.
reason.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks
At the
like
end of
they
the day,
want to
it's not about how
reverse.
good your product is. It's about how many sales you have in the bank. And Apple's got sales.
It's
Apple
got
has
branding.
consistent
Mhm.
like reselling to say old customers. That's the reason why, and they have
Well,
I think
pricing
we can
power.
go up. I think we
It's
can go
called
up from here.
branding. It's called
Yeah.
branding. They've got
Branding.
it. They've nailed it.
I
Just
mean,
like
like just
Nike.
like in Sweden, like for example, like a brand new iPhone, like if you buy it, like not with like you buy it out of pocket straight away, it's 2.4 grand.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah,
Do you guys have a lot of iPhone users?
yes.
Another question, Ski. Do you guys have a lot of fucked up looking lowriders over there? Car?
What do you mean, low riders?
Just a second here. Something
Like in what regard?
He answered your question right there. He said, "What?" That's his answer. It means no.
I mean, there are hillbillies that like to do that kind of shit, but you know.
saw something that was kind of cool.
Okay, so anybody gonna
I
buy this
mean,
here?
like relatively, like the
No.
average, like
No,
the average
zero?
salary of
Okay.
someone,
No.
the average salary of someone like per month, in my age category is somewhere around like 26,000 crowns, which equates to like 2.6 grand pre-tax.
month?
Yep.
$2,600 a year?
No,
A
per
month?
month.
No, a month.
Jesus.
Oh,
He's in
fuck, I
Sweden,
was
like not
you guys are poor as
Argentina.
hell.
I'm not in Canada. Well, like Kenya,
Oh yeah,
or excuse me.
we make fuck all here. I think the average is like 30. I think the median average of all the whole country is like 40K a year.
No.
That's
By the
not a
way,
good wage.
did you know in Argentina, 42% of the population is now below the global poverty line? It used to be 15% pre-COVID. It is now 42%.
But they just
That's-
won the Gold Cup or the World Cup.
That's why they had to win. They're gonna
Fucking problem.
chop it
That's
up.
why that. 42%.
That's why they won. They had to win to
Rigged.
support the country.
They spent all that money to rig it.
Fucking
Hey,
speaking
Specs.
the truth right here.
Country for.
What's up?
Specs, you're not gonna feel so good, but I just looked that up. Average salary in Canada is 61,000.
Is it actually? Damn.
That's not so bad.
You're not gonna feel so good. No, he's
What's the
not
median?
gonna feel so
What's
good.
the median?
Average doesn't say a lot, by the way, Harvey.
Yeah. Average can be skewed. Here, let me look it up.
Average is really skewed if you're looking at the high income earners.
39.5.
Yeah, so median is 39.5, not average.
No, average income is 51. Median
I thought you
income
said
is
65.
39.5. That was what another Google search said.
Dang, Google is tripping, bro.
Yeah, 10.4.
Yo, now try ChatGPT, which is more accurate.
There's your Microsoft answer.
Can you ask ChatGPT to tell me what time to get into the ES?
You
You
can probably
can.
do that if you modify it. Your
Yes, you
answer.
can. Somebody did say they used it for trades.
Yeah.
It's a joke, but like for real also.
I mean, you could use it to program like indicators and stuff that you actually use for trading. So, there is applications for it.
Wait, I've asked ChatGPT personal questions, and the answers are very illuminating.
Eerie?
Personal questions.
Yeah,
I mean,
is it
they were-
eerie? Like
Illuminating.
No, yeah,
That's-
like it, not eerie, but it was kind of like, wow, this is actually better than like going to a therapist. This is free advice.
I forgot that the 16th and 17th is Martin Luther.
Yeah, Monday we're off. We're closed.
Ah, fuck. Fucking America.
Sorry.
Can't you be open? Like, you're the nation of all finance. You shouldn't have like days off. Fucking what?
You know, we have
I
the least
agree.
amount of holidays, right? Not the
I
least.
know, but I don't want any holidays here as well, so I'm fine with like having 0. So like please. Like my one escape is that the US doesn't have holidays on the majority of the dates where we have it in Sweden. Like
The thing
it's
is,
a
man,
blessing.
the thing is, we need these holidays so that the people who push the market around and manipulate it together all can conglomerate and decide where the S&P 500 is going to go in the next 2 weeks. That's why we
Yeah.
have the holidays, obviously. I tried to get
Obviously.
accepted to the council, but they didn't let me. Maybe they'll let you, Zero, with your 400 lots.
Oh, I wish
I
I
mean,
was trading.
risky, not Zero.
was like, the
Risky
fuck?
doesn't trade. Risky trades 400 lots. My bad.
I don't trade fucking 400.
That's like my
You could.
dream one day. To misclick 400 lots and then get the fuck out at
Misclick it.
break even.
Next week, and here's
Career
zero.
goals.
It's what dreams are made of.
They ask you about a prop trading firm job. What do you see yourself in 5 years? Say that answer. Misclicking
Exactly.
400 lots and getting out at break even when it would have worked perfectly.
Like you're hired, you belong with us.
I could see Spec sitting there in a couple of years, the same trading range as now, and he's sitting pretty short 400 lots from 34 even. And sitting there like, oh, well, I'm gonna
10-year
let it run
bonds
another
just
20 points.
turned. 10-year
I'll be right
bonds
back.
just turned.
Better take my first partial. Let me just take 5 lots off the 400.
Is anyone short still? Harvey.
Hello.
Yeah. By the way, Apple. The reason why Apple is low is because they're being forced out of China. So
Just with
they're
all that the chip nonsense.
yeah. That's why they're being well, yeah, that's part of the reason why they're struggling this year.
They're also pushing like American manufacturers with that chip fucking shit not to do business with you guys. Apparently China's only got like 10 years left before their rotational workforce is going to be fucked.
Yeah. Exactly.
What do you think about COVID right now, right there?
What do you mean?
Well, they're not giving us any good numbers, and it looks going out of control almost. That's what you're on the ground floor, so what's going on with COVID over there?
It's the same thing. They're very careful. They wear masks.
Yeah, but the numbers, are they like your
Legit?
hospitals overloaded? No, I
No.
don't know, legit, but because I don't even really know the numbers, but
I don't think it's overloaded. I can say that I don't think the numbers are legit though.
like they're giving us incorrect numbers to the light side just to keep it
To the
quiet.
light side, yeah.
But you're not overloaded.
No.
Like you don't see hospitals, you don't see people sitting outside
Nope.
in blankets waiting in line at the fucking front door of the hospital. I don't know how often you walk by the hospital, but
I live near a hospital.
Yeah, well, sure.
I mean, near as in like a block away.
Breathing
two-
distance?
There's 2 hospitals like, within like 5-minute walk.
Okay, so you do get to see them?
Yeah, there's nothing. I mean,
Okay.
there's no overload. If anything, I mean, I think they're being stupid with how careful they are. I
Okay,
think
and
it's-
what do you think about this population rotation? Do you think that's even a thing?
Yeah, that's for sure. China doesn't. They're pretty notorious for not taking immigrants, which is partial reason why the U.S. Allows it so often, like, or wants immigrants, and they're not pushing for to stop, or to increase border patrol. It's partially because they need the heads in the U.S., and another part is really because of military. Mexico supplies us with a fresh batch of military aged males all the time.
Well, we don't have to go towards the military, but we could just go to the what do you call it? The value of labor.
Yeah.
And Mexico is 1/3 cheaper now than, or something like that. I don't quote me on any of these numbers, but they're cheaper than Chinese labor, Mexican labor right now. So
Yeah, but their economy is still very much. Not
right,
their
but
economy,
we don't care about their economy. All I care about is sending my product there to get assembled.
Yeah,
Cheaper. That's all I give a shit. I don't give a fuck if they drown and die. Actually, I do care if they die, but I don't care about anything else
Tell us how
other
you
than
really
them.
feel.
I'm not. This isn't my opinion, man. This is me regurgitating.
I
I
think
really don't have an opinion. I've learned that my opinion doesn't matter worth fuck, and that's all that matters. I regurgitate. That's it.
the thing is, the question you should ask yourself is, labor is cheaper there, but there's also labor a lot cheaper elsewhere as well. Now, the question is obviously logistics, and clearly Mexico has an advantage towards that, but it's also about how well they do things, right? So if you want to talk about cheap labor, you can go all over Southeast Asia. You can go to,
India would have.
Just broke structure on the 1 minute on a yes.
Yeah, I saw that.
What are you thinking?
Let me see. I
kind of want to go long.
I mean, I think it's a possibility, but let me check other stuff real quick.
I wouldn't be.
I think you're in a trap if you would go long here, but that's just my
Absolutely.
opinion.
I don't think it's time
Absolutely.
yet.
Absolutely risky.
If the low was at 95, then I would say yes. I still think we need to hit 95.
Yeah, it could just be a trap. Usually they do a trap on the second big move of the day.
Right now we're pulling into like one of yesterday's volume points of control. So at 13.
Session VWAP we're just running into, we're double distribution at this point. We're right at the low node between those two in the session.
Yep.
So are we going to rotate back down and come back to the overall point of control of the session? 06?
I think it's more likely than not to have a pullback towards there. But if it goes exactly to that point, or if it goes shy of that, I can't tell you. All we're dealing with is probabilities, to be honest. So, like, that's the whole reason why mean reversion strategies work. Fucking amen to that. But the buying was pretty heavy going up and hitting that region. So, like, I'm definitely not saying it couldn't be a long specs. I'm just from a position where I have had experience getting trapped from the get-go. That's a region where I would get trapped when I did breakout trade.
The if you're talking about, you're possibly right, but I mean, what was it? Is it Colombia or something to do with cobalt? They were really bumping it up a notch. There's a lot of places that do mine like that. Have you ever seen a lithium mine?
Red Pie, have you ever heard?
India?
Have you ever Red Pie? Have you heard of the Republic of Congo?
It's
Which
Congo,
is
that was it.
that's the largest rare earth minerals
Oh,
extraction in the world.
Yeah, they recently passed a law regarding not exporting lithium and wanting process in house, and like China's like speed running, like developing a process plant right there right now.
Yeah, but like specifically lithium is not the problem. Like there are other components that are more important than lithium.
You ever seen a lithium mine?
Like Chile is one of the largest because they have a lot of deposits, which you can just pump. Pump steam into the cracks. Oh, that's not what I meant with a. That's Russia, by the way, and that's
Well,
a
I don't know,
diamond
but
mine.
that's
That's
a
a diamond
lithium
mine, and
mine.
there's a pit mine. There's a pit mine.
That's not always. That's like what lithium mines look like as well, right?
I mean, it depends how you extract it. If you extract it the efficient way, it's via steam. You may like inject steam into the bedrock, and then you basically I think it's sandstone deposits.
That's a fracture, a frac
Yeah.
type of situation.
Yeah, and then you pump it to the surface, and then you lay it out on flatbeds where there's a lot of sun, and then it basically
that sounds-
flakes.
Sounds extremely environmentally friendly.
It depends where you do it.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it really does, Harvey. If you think about it, like if the soil is not permeable, it doesn't matter. It's a steam injection. I think it's like 500 or 600 degrees.
Your opinion of environmentally friendly and my opinion are different.
I mean, I come from like the country which is like fucking opposes to fracking more than fucking life itself. Like,
Right.
holy.
Yeah, you guys need to get your priorities straight now.
I mean, Sweden literally has like the like environmentally friendly, like it's the fucking stupidest thing ever. We're having like plastic tax on paper fucking bags. That's how fucking stupid it is.
On paper, not even plastic, but paper.
Yeah, like like grocery bags.
Yeah.
We used to have like plastic grocery bags before, and
Yep.
because people threw them away a lot,
Mhm.
then they implemented a tax which also covers the paper bags.
Yeah, I mean, they did that here. Like, we have to pay for plastic now. Well, we have to pay for paper also.
We don't even get the option.
No, we eliminated plastic, and now you have to pay for paper.
They don't even get. They've eliminated plastic. They had paper for a slight second, and guess what they've done now?
Nothing?
No, they sell you the reusable bags for $1.50 or $2. So now you
We have that.
700 fucking reusable bags
that
I can't even use for my garbage.
Well, that was the thing. Those plastic bags were my garbage bags.
Exactly.
Like, it's just stupid.
Or I would put like say my lunch in it, or I would put like, you know what I mean? Like you put your dirty shoes in it.
Yes.
Put like there's 100 fucking uses that if you're not throwing them away like Swedish people, but if you were to just use the bags, like I've actually used those bags. You put them on your boots. And you wrap tape around them. You wrap tape around them, and now you have like waterproof boots.
Waterproof.
Recycling is the biggest scam.
I mean, grocery bags, the way they are, Chia, are garbage bags. They were never not garbage bags.
It was funny. If you actually had paid attention, their quality was going down.
Yeah, they were.
Like
They
year
were
after
super
year after
thin.
year. So like you couldn't even put like all the groceries in there before it ripped. I was like, what the fuck is this? What a joke. That's a
Actually,
lot of
you get
trash. Did you go long,
my
Spence?
text.
What did you guys say?
Yeah, I have an average price of hold on 1 second.
That's how it
Of
looks.
90
Harry.
of 98. I'm kidding, I didn't go long. There's no way I would have caught 98 like that. You guys believe me? Nah, I didn't. I wanted a retest of 975, but never happened. There's no way.
Risky, that's them drying out the product.
Yep. Because the
Again,
water
look at-
evaporates, and then the water evaporates, and that's the color of lithium when it's exposed to air. That's the color of it.
Look at the acreage and look at the equipment to move all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to do it some way. Like it's in the middle of a
I
fucking
know.
desert.
Oh, have you
I
ever
don't. I
actually
don't.
been to a mine though with all that equipment? Physically
I
walked up to
I
a mine?
physically walked through one of those mines. Not one of those, but like a mine where they're like the dumper trucks are basically like they're like they're
Yeah, see, I
fucking
measure
humongous.
those trucks. I measure by the amount of stairs you got to take to get up to the driver's seat.
Yeah, it's like
If
3.
it's like, that's it. Oh, that's small. I'm talking 10.
I mean like
Huge trucks.
like what do you
right?
mean? What do you mean like by 3 like 10 stairs?
Oh, here, I'll show you a picture. What would it be? Rock truck.
Like steps or
Yeah, steps like stairs.
yeah, but like the steps are fucking humongous. Like the amount of steps are fucking humongous to get up.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like at least 10 would put you into like a 40-ton machine or whatever. I don't even know. Anyway, the attitude around it's just the whole attitude around that type of mining and that type of equipment is not environmentally friendly at all. I don't know what it's like in Sweden. Basically, these guys don't really give a fuck about anything except getting the job done at any cost, right? That's put it this way, okay? So they take what is it, 5,000 gallons of diesel an hour or whatever, an hour or a day or something like that. So it takes a long time to fill these up. So what does the guy do? He walks over to the gas pump, clicks the lever on, right? Then he walks around and greases the machine. Do you know how he knows when it's filled up? It's when he starts hearing it hit the ground. Then he runs back over and shuts the gas pump off, carries on. And they go and use the other machine to bury that fucking spill.
Sounds about right.
It's the truth. Sorry.
That's fucked up.
It is. That's what this. I don't have time to sit there and babysit the gas pump for 40 fucking minutes.
Is anyone looking short here?
I'm short. I'm at break even right now though.
Yeah.
I did not hit it this time. It's right at a POC, and I don't like fucking with those. Not liking it one bit.
I like the idea, I just don't have the conviction.
I mean, I like the idea as well, but there's no region of interest for me to short here. It's like the context is here for the short. It's just no region for me.
Just to kind of put it into context.
Well, we had a really nice consolidation from 10:57 to around for 3 minutes until 11. And like even though like we had a huge like spike down in between, like I still think that consolidation is nice.
Fucking slippage.
Fuck's sake, Shia.
Took a hit there, did you?
Oh no, I just took a tick loss because of
Yeah.
slippage.
It's been tending when it reverses, at least for today, to like the level, go higher, and then just swoop down and reverse. It did that 2 times already today. Did it at the open, it did it at the high.
Say that again?
So basically, like if you look at the high of day, like at 10:15, it like I had a level at 28. I don't know if anybody had that level, 28.75. It bounced that level, ran, and then just reversed, and it almost like did like a fake out move to the high before reversing and breaking down. And it did that at the open as well at the 19 level. So if it were to reverse here, I'd expect the same. Like a fake out before it reverses.
Let's see. It's just so. If it's not fast, it doesn't go. This thing is so weird.
I want to see it hit.
Yeah, Specs, what do you think of the tape right now? This is very similar to what you were talking about
Dog
before.
shit.
Yeah, it's getting into that dog shit, isn't it? You see that?
Yeah, it's legit killing everybody on purpose.
I don't know when that started. I wasn't really paying like tight attention to it, but yeah.
Oh,
Look at
this
it
might
now,
be
eh?
the short. This might be the short.
I don't think so.
Harvey,
I'm not
Hello.
gonna take it. Fuck it.
look at that.
The fuck is that kind of saw? What are we cutting on that?
It's a coal excavator.
Is that a bucket? And then it
Yeah,
goes to
that's
a
a
conveyor belt,
yep.
and then it goes back to a processing, and then it goes
Yep.
to another screener. Way the fuck over there! Holy fuck!
It's big.
That's a dedicated
It's-
highway to go to work. That's awesome. I bet ya that's a dedicated highway just to drive to work. Right, tighten my cables all day. Fucking grease shit. Fucking love it. This is why I don't want to fucking. This is why this trading thing has to work.
This is the backup plan. Driving this
I'm
machine
done working
around.
on oil rigs, man. Offshore oil rigs are the worst.
Each bucket
Awesome.
like takes 6.6 cubic meters of soil in one scoop, and it has fucking
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like 25, 30.
yeah, a lot.
Yeah, that's
It-
that.
it-
Okay, so that
it-
thing
it-
doesn't spin. That doesn't spin like at a high. If anybody's thinking that spins at a high rate of speed, there, that's not. But it's still spinning.
It digs roughly 240,000 tons of material per day.
What do they call that? It's a they use it for gold mining too. It's a bucket drive gold mine or something like that. It does not spin fast.
Nope.
It spins extremely slow. It's actually it's spinning. Picture something digging. It's going to be speed at that speed. Then it just fills one up, and then the next one fills, and then the next one fills, and that's how it does it. Then it chucks the other onto up to the top there, onto a conveyor belt. It goes back down to the center. Then it splits off into screening sections where the different sizes of material are separated, and then those go off into certain piles. this machine could also, it could be doing more than just one product.
And the funny thing is, like, it's powered by like electrical line that is powered by the product that it's digging.
Yeah, I bet they just off to the side where the rest of the highway goes is to the power plant.
Yep.
You're driving to two jobs. You have two jobs to drive to.
it actually goes straight to the power plant, and then another half of it goes by train rail, where there's 2,500 rail cars waiting for it.
Go right next to the train station. Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome.
So like they,
how many years before they got to move that?
I don't know. I'm not getting too deep into this rabbit hole. I think we're deep enough already.
It spins fairly fast.
Fairly fast, yeah.
Material looks nice and soft, though.
Kohle, Sand und Geröll fordern nach jahrelangem Einsatz ihren Tribut. Die Stahlkonstruktion hat Risse und auch im Inneren des Rades an Speichen und Abdeckungen sind einige Bleche so dünn, dass man hindurchgucken kann.
Do you know, what's that machine worth? Does anybody have
no
a
idea
number on that? Fucking 80 billion.
It's a lot, probably. But...
Oh, fuck, it would take years, man. I saw them building a super yacht for these rich billionaire people. It takes like 8 years to build one. You know, they're $20. $20.
Used, though. New, it's more like 100.
100 billion?
Zuerst bauen die Männer von Stefan Wolf
Huge.
das Dach des Hauptgetriebes ab. Das riesige Stahlteil ist knapp 20 Meter lang und 15 Tonnen schwer.
Es ist verhältnismäßig eng, wenn wir das Dach runterheben. Und das eckt schon mal, also da sind dann ein paar Mann gefragt, die dann wirklich da mal hingucken, ob alles in Ordnung ist, damit man wirklich vernünftig heben kann.
3 Stunden arbeiten die Männer unter Hochspannung, dann schwebt das riesige Dach zu Boden. Für die Männer gibt es aber keine Verschnaufpause. Die nächste Herausforderung wartet. Der Getriebe-Oberkasten muss ausgebaut werden.
Der Oberkasten mit Momentenarm, der wiegt ca. 58 Tonnen. Ist eines der größeren Teile, die wir heben. Als letztes kommt dann der große Hub, eben unser Schaufelrad.
In schwindelerregender Höhe bauen Spezialisten die Einzelteile des Getriebes aus. Beeindruckend sind die Dimensionen der Teile, die bei diesen Aktionen bewegt werden. Mannhohe Zahnräder und Achsen, die nur noch mit Schwerlastkränen bewegt werden.
Exactly, John. How long does that take to, like a long fucking time to build this mega yacht. 500 million, exactly. Fucking ridiculous. I was watching this, it was a documentary, I don't know if it was Netflix or something like that, but it was, the one guy, it takes forever. These guys are so rich that they, the instant they finish building them, commission the company to just build another one, and that one that they just bought goes up for sale. Keep it rolling. There's only like 2 or 3 like designers out there that do it. Let that be the goal, Risky. You gonna come pick me up? You buy Jeff Bezos' used boat? Come and pick me up, would you? I'll meet you at the curb.
Yeah, you should just take a tour like all around the eastern seaboard of the U.S. and then go over to Europe, and we can like all party on it. It's like that entire time. You can pick each one of us up, the nearest port,
Yep. And we'll just go have a hangout at the Bay of Monaco or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's it. Beautiful there. What is that? Yeah, that is the Bay of Monaco, isn't it?
Yeah, Monaco has a bay, I think.
Wird jetzt hier unten auf die Vorrichtung abgesetzt und dann seitlich in die Bahn reingezogen.
But it's like where they park all the, like, I mean, a lot of people, rich boaters park there. Yeah, here it is.
Holy shit, my Baba position. What the fuck is going on here? Well, my last entry is up fucking 79% in like 70 days. This is like stupid.
What was your buy position?
I have an average position around $79 on Baba.
Damn, that's a good
The
average.
latest entry is even better. It's at 63.50. Well, 63.51 to be very specific.
Und dann kommt ein dritter Kran zum Eingriff. Der wird dann in eine zusätzliche Konsole, die wir dann anbringen, eingehangen. Und der hebt langsam die Last auf und die beiden anderen Kräne lassen ab.
Are we going to reject the 22 level? Zero?
Mehr über der Erde stehen.
So close to that, what is it, 12 or whatever though?
Yeah, I think London's close is coming in. I think this is. Let me see. I was looking
And
at.
Q's battling their major level right now, on top of it, so.
Yeah. I'm looking at the index right now. If we hold here, dollar index, I believe we do go reject this. Not only
So
that,
you're suggesting hold meaning like go down dollar index?
no, we can't go further lower. Meaning reject this reversal and go up. So
Okay, we got a slight double bottom here on the
yep,
on
lower time frame.
and then we're also doing that what do you call it, the first time it rallied up.
Yeah.
We're like almost on top of that level as well, eh?
It's funny that you said the 22 because I actually have a 23.25 alert, and it went right there, but it didn't trade it, so it didn't alert me. But that would be a good rejection. I think we need to come up a little bit more. I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit of a fake out. So I think possibly 24.
But it's the time of it all. 14 minutes to go. To recalibrate when the new flow comes through.
So yeah, I think 39.24. But we gotta watch the dollar index. You know, it's trying to get lower.
Sorry. You
What's up?
hop over. Oh, okay. So you still use the same layout to look at that. Okay.
Yeah. So dollar index just went lower, so I don't think ES will be going short. Not yet, at least. But of course, we can just keep watching to see if it's a bottom tick.
So it's kind of Bonds and Dixie are acting funny today to me. The correlation between the two, or is that just me? We're running in unison again right now.
Yeah, we're setting up for some bullshit.
Yeah. So there's your double bottom in the bond.
Yep, and look at ES just dropping.
Look, do you mind looking at the European indexes and the correlation? DAX or Eurostox 50? You take your pick.
You want it in comparison to what?
That's
ES?
S&P, Nasdaq. DAX versus Nasdaq could be interesting, or DAX versus, or Eurostox versus S&P.
Where would I find that?
Shit. ES is getting fucking laid out.
Like those indices has rallied since year start, like fucking nuts. Like, look at them from year to date.
Yeah,
That's
I think they
fucking
still have room
huge
in comparison to the ES.
Like they're up like massively. Like,
You looking at that? Oh, okay. FTP, FPO.
FBTP1.
My data wasn't working there.
It's delayed,
Yeah.
so it doesn't really give me a good look.
I don't pay for that.
Like, for example, like the index which tracks my
All right, I'm gonna call it a day. Good job, guys. See you
Later.
tomorrow. Hopefully, it's really cool.
Well, it's really cool. Well, like the index which compares my the Swedish stock market, it's up 6.06% compared to ES, which is up 1.85%. Like, that's stupid. Really stupid.
Oh shit. All right. No sell off yet.
Yeah, to the mall and back, eh, Retro? Where the fuck? $49. How can they even?
I don't even know what that is.
Like, where can you can't even fill up my fucking truck takes $120 now. 49 fucking bucks.
Yeah, like even a car, like an SUV is like $50 to fill up.
You guys are Americans. You're getting a discount.
I mean, I
See,
feel
wait,
like I
there's
just have to book something
California.
for...
Where's Justin? Is Justin here? How much is gas? And Justin, how much is gas? Are you there?
I don't think so.
Probably like 430 to 450 right now in California.
$5, right on. It was high though. It was like 7 or something at one point, wasn't it?
I mean, at the most expensive gas stations you could possibly find in the nicest parts of town, it was like $6.50 to $7.
Yep.
But I never paid more than like $5 flat.
You're
I mean, it was $7
California?
even in...
Sorry?
What was that?
You're California?
Yeah, I was. I'm in Michigan right now, but I was in California for a while.
Oh, toasty. Michigan.
I'll be on for a few minutes before I probably ride. If anyone has some questions, happy to answer. Moment.
Sounds good. Thanks.
I'll throw this up. Your game. So if anyone is curious as to ignore the size and P and L for the most part, because this is over time horizon. No, I'm not watching Oxy. So a decent bit of information to parse there. This is particularly what's more important. I'll break it down. And let me change this to, oh fuck. 30. Okay. This is something I'm testing, which is exceedingly high. Well, I shouldn't say exceeding. It's quite high frequency, red pie. You're looking anywhere between 40 and 100 trades a day. By no means would this be traded discretionarily. That simply isn't feasible. I wouldn't do that. So these are all notional values. What's the other metric that I was about to pull? Count. And then the trade count on today would be at 22 trades, 40 trades yesterday, but all these would have been live fills because I have my TP API plugged in to connect to this, and it's replicating fills reasonably well. Yeah, that's partially what I discussed yesterday. I made some modifications last night. I transitioned to using a, amusingly enough, this made no difference, but I transitioned to using a Savitsky Gole filter for determining higher high, higher lows on uptick, downtick. And you can also apply that to a security, but it's a way to smooth data that applies a polynomial, and the polynomial function models the higher high, higher lows reasonably well. So, and it doesn't have look ahead bias, unlike most swing high, swing lows, because it's fitting a polynomial to it. So here would be an example of a Savitsky Gole filter. This is the original data. And then the Savitsky Gole filter fits you determine the degree of polynomial. So I have a third degree polynomial fit to the original data, then the higher high, higher low points. And I have a period of about 15 to determine higher high, higher low. But rather than using the traditional data, which has a fair bit of noise, fitting the polynomial to it removes a decent bit of the noise to assist with discerning what's a higher high, higher low, because you don't have the fluctuations in price to the extent you might otherwise.
What was the last graph that you just sent? Is that the
This is just, you can put it on any graph, but this would be uptick, downtick, and I'm using it to assist with determining the trend of uptick, downtick by applying a Savitsky-Golay filter onto it. And quickly going through the theoretical trades, the stops appear exceedingly small on the P&L. Well, I changed changed a few components of it, but where's this? So the average losing trade is 0.06%, and 0.06% is about 2 points on ES. Yep, Savitsky Golay. Thank you, Gia. The stop loss is fixed. Well, it's a trailing stop loss, but the average loss, ignore these numbers because I'm trying to model it. It's kind of silly. So this is about a year. Yeah, ignore the numbers. But this is about a year's worth of trades. It would have taken 15,000 trades. Average loss is about 2 points. Average winning trade is about 6 points, but that's because a trailing stop. Chia, you think that's bad? Something else I was testing was looking at 23,000 trades in 6 months. As something else with which oh, here you go. This is to what I was referring. Here, Tia. Let me double check. This is super trend long, lower low, true. Is this on 5 or? Let me check the data. Yeah, this is on 15-second. Okay. Yeah, here's the other with 23,000 trades. Anyhow. Okay, yeah. What's most important is I'm going to be entirely candid. Most very experienced and good traders I know are sitting well below 50% win rates. And if you're operating under the assumption you need to be above 50% to be a quote unquote good trader, that couldn't be further from the truth. A couple people that I know that have had pretty illustrious careers and are quite well regarded in commodities trading are often around 15 to 20%.
Why is it so low in commodities? Is it just
What?
the nature of the? Why is it so low in commodities?
Because you want to know if you're wrong really quickly with how volatile they can be.
Yeah.
But when you're correct,
Okay,
you're
so
looking at 20, maybe 20R on it.
Right.
The inherent volatility is you want to manage your risk as well as possible. Someone we had discussed, I won't say last names, I mentioned it to you, but Zero, this is a different Andrew, not a completely different Andrew, coincidentally.
Yeah.
But
There's a lot of Andrews.
well, this person also worked with, they probably crossed paths, these two Andrews, on quite a few occasions. For his commodity portfolio, he often was running sub 30%. And He's worth a couple $1 billion. And I think he's had a few years where he's over 50%, but most of his career he's been under 30%.
Jesus.
Yeah. Do you know what he was trading?
What?
Like, what was he trading specifically?
Predominantly European energies.
Oh, yeah, you
So
told me.
when he transitioned to being the head of a division before going to PTJ's fund
Yeah.
and managing commodities, it was coal, predominantly coal and oil.
You sure it's
he
not the
had-
same, Andrew?
Does the last name start with an M?
No.
Okay, different.
My guy
Yeah,
starts with a
completely,
P.
okay, completely different person.
Okay.
Since he left, Andrew Ram left in 2013. No longer working with him.
Yeah, this guy no longer works. I wonder. It doesn't matter. Sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, anyhow, it's having a high win rate isn't necessarily conducive to being successful. As I would rather take a strategy that has a 20% win rate than one that has an 80% win rate, because any strategy with an 80% win rate, you are fit to a market regime.
Yeah.
And only being able to trade one regime versus any market is a preferred circumstance. Momentarily digressing, Chia, over the since I'm hopping between different strategies right now. The max losing streak over the course of 23,000 trades is 19, with a max winning streak of 14.
That's actually pretty low.
Yeah, that's not too bad. The reason I say that with a bit of a laugh is this is where it starts to become a bit more outrageous. Is these returns, as I've said to most people, Chia hasn't been around, these returns are not with leverage. There's no leverage involved in any of the returns that are being shown, which is partially why the max drawdown for the 23,000 trades is 0.44%. The max daily drawdown over 23,000 trades was 0.08%. And the Sharpe ratio is indicative that I should be blowing up very soon. But the live execution today has been surprisingly quite accurate. Yeah, if you're not automating the process, yes, you have to have the psychology to trade 20% win rate. Or I wouldn't even necessarily say psychology. If you have the stats confirming it, set it and forget it. Put your position on, walk away, call it a day.
You know, most people can't do that.
Yep.
I think it is a fair bit easier if you have concrete statistics knowing what to expect, but the uncertainty without having the concrete numbers behind setting it and forgetting it doesn't yield particularly fruitful results for the majority of individuals. I have found that's one reason why I went into the quantitative aspect is unless I have the numbers in front of me.
I agree with you. I'm just saying, I think since birth we've been conditioned to think that if we don't do anything, we're not trying hard enough. Right? If we're not managing it actively, then we're not trying hard enough. I think most people will fail on that. That's just my opinion, though.
I would agree most people would fail on that. Because when I say the reason I'm able to, in some circumstances, unless it's discretionary, in discretionary, I do have a tendency to cut prematurely. The reason why I don't have a tendency. I do that. It's largely I need to occupy myself with something else. And if I'm occupying myself with learning something new, doing more back testing, I'm distracted. I need the distraction there.
Right.
Without the distraction, it's quite tough to set it and forget it. Particularly if you're staring at a screen all day long.
And you have nothing else to do if you don't even have a job. Like you have to do something.
That's why I'm here, guys. You guys are my distraction. Listening to you guys talk about fracting and shit.
You on a live stream shaving your legs
What the?
Oh, God.
makes you more aerodynamic.
I'm not a professional swimmer.
Are you sure about that?
Racing season doesn't start until a few more months, so I'll take my.
You really gonna shave your legs?
No, I never do. But it would make me more aerodynamic. Maybe it'd save a couple watts.
Less surface area for COVID particles. Think about it.
You can trap more germs.
I think anyone who was trying to short the pretty large consolidation here would have been chopped up.
Yeah. I took a break even there.
It ended up how many? One, two. In that span, it took 4 trades, 2 of which were practically break even, one of which was 2 points. Then it tried to take another. That ended up being 5 points. Oh, something this goes against everything. Practically everyone was taught. I was having a discussion with a few friends that work at Citadel because, as I had expressed yesterday, several days before, profit factor should not be scaling linearly with the increased number of trades. As in, if I'm taking 2,000 trades a year and my profit factor is about 2, my profit factor should not remain about 2 if I'm taking 23,000 trades a year. It simply didn't make sense. And when I was further discussing that with a few of my friends who work at large quant shops in funds, I was operating under the assumption that maybe the criteria of price location or the location where I enter matters, as opposed to simply taking the signal when the signal presents. From most of the research they've done, they have said, unless you're only looking at trading at extremes, the location where price is trading doesn't really matter at all.
Really? That's really hard to. I'm not saying they're wrong. Clearly, these guys are smart as hell.
The thing is,
shocking.
our strategies are quite similar. As in, they predominantly trade volatility. Most of my strategies are predominantly looking at volatility. And the price at which you're trading said volatility isn't overly important unless you're only looking at executing at extremes for large outsized moves, which can be quite fruitful. To digress, I should be taking the signals when the signals present as opposed to restricting the signals to only a specific region. And that's why I don't have erosion in profit factor, is that those regions were not providing any additional edge. However, that's to some extent a product of the automation process, because the actual integration of current methodology of how I traded discretionarily is a bit more complicated and nuanced. I could spend months on months improving the trailing stop dynamics, entries, exits for that. But would it be as fruitful as simply saying, fuck it, let's take this many trades? Quite possibly, since the profit factor scales linearly, whether it's a low number of trades or high number of trades. And that's an issue you often encounter when attempting to automate, is there are some compromises unless you want to spend months and months and months on the specific logic of how you exit that trade.
So where your signals are being present, like when they show up, is that not where you would be taking the trade? Is that not near where the price location would be anyways?
Let's say if I was replicating exactly how I want to do it discretionarily, I would be taking the signals when price is at around a highest high or highest low, or sorry, highest high or lowest low.
Right.
When automating that with trailing stop mechanics, it doesn't really matter if it's at the highest high or lowest low. You typically, once I have the transition in signal, that's going to yield an outcome of you often have continuation 44% of the time in that direction, whether it's only for 2 points, 3 points, 4 points, who cares?
Right.
If you're able to capture a couple points here and there, it shouldn't really matter all too much, particularly when your average loss is about 6 to 8 ticks is your average loss, even though and your average gain is typically about 24 to 30. Who really cares if you're taking a bunch of very small winning trades or break even slight losers when 44% of your time you're able to capture 4 or 5 points? However, and this is something that works on crude, it works on gold, it works on equities, it works on most securities, but I would be entering entirely uncharted territory. Since if I'm executing with this frequency, I not only need co-location, but I need to be, some brokers offer the ability to lease a seat, and leasing a seat is considerably cheaper than outright purchasing one, because leasing a seat is often usually about $2,000 a month, $2,000 to $3,000 a month to lease a seat. But this inherently makes it far more complicated. It's no longer, I have it set up on my laptop, or my desktop. I have it on a VPS, virtual private server, and executing. It's, you have co-location. Co-location is usually through your broker is going to be running about $300 to $400 a month. Then you have a VPS set up. Then the VPS is more or less intended to monitor the deployed strategy. You have your seats leased. And I don't know if I'm necessarily prepared for this level of complexity to transition to a higher frequency strategy, partially because this is outside of my expertise. But it is also the numbers, I'm still not able to parse the numbers well enough to want to proceed with it, even though I've been throwing the kitchen sink at it. I'm modeling my slippage to be 2x my stop. So my stop being 6 tick trailing, the average slippage I would encounter on a full stop out would be 16 ticks for a full stop out. as opposed to 6 ticks. I'm modeling 10 points of slippage into it to try to prove that I'm doing something wrong. And even when I'm having 16 ticks of a 16 tick loss as opposed to a 6 tick loss, it's still coming back and saying, nope, you're profitable. It's quite perplexing. And it's becoming slightly frustrating because I want this to be wrong. I really want this to be wrong. It goes against every single rule, almost, mathematically and stochastically, that I am able to understand. And most of my friends with whom I've conversed who work at large quant shops and quant funds, most of us are looking at this and just kind of, what the fuck is this? This makes no sense. I want it to be wrong. And that's why I'm hesitant to say, oh, I'm going to deploy this on several different assets, whatever. I want it to be wrong.
But have you tested it on different assets?
Yeah, on more volatile assets, it returns more.
It's better. Which kind of makes sense if it's a volatility strat.
Yeah. But I'm being quite candid when I say I want this to be wrong. It goes against everything that I have understood and learned. And I'm losing a lot of sleep over it because I want to prove it wrong. And that's kind of what makes it fun. So because these strategies are intended for notional value, all the metrics you're seeing are notional. I'm operating under the assumption that you're treating it as notional and not really using much leverage. You could introduce leverage, because if you introduce leverage, your max drawdown would be 25%. If you have 50 to 1 leverage, and your upside is 50x what your return is, which that doesn't make sense. I wouldn't necessarily consider it high frequency because most trades are executed. You're stopped out of a trade usually within a minute. You can be taking anywhere from, let's see. Let me go to my stats. Okay. So let me see how long this column is. I'm going to pull up the past month of trade count. Hold on. I'm confusing myself. Okay. So it's not actually too bad because in December it would have taken 963 trades. This month it would already be at 283 trades. And let me ensure that this is trades. Okay, yeah, I have it correct. So yeah, 283 trades this month, 963 last month. November would have been 1,055. October 1,384. September 1,400. August 873 orders over the course of the month. It's not excessive. This is only RTH. As you break it down to 20 trading days a month, okay, you're at 30 to 40 trades a day. That's not outrageous. So falling into the criteria of HFT, no, not even close. But no one has been able to give me concrete feedback as to what's really going on, since the immediate assumption is you've overfit this strategy. Or there's forward leak in the strategy. There's none of that. then it's consistently averaging between 1,300 and 850 trades a month over the past year. And I go back to 2012 with backtest data, you still end up with a similar number of trades with quite comparable percentage returns. Peter, before some modification, I made some modifications last evening. The one that's taking 100 to 300 trades a day has a higher profit factor, but that's once again introducing complexities, which I'm receptive to, let's say 40, but once you start increasing that number, I have to figure out a way to dive deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper until I'm drowning. I'm struggling to comprehend it. I don't necessarily, and attempting to decide to proceed is a bit precarious. Because no candor, there isn't much, there isn't a huge amount at risk if you're, because the average losing trade is 6 ticks. So you rack up, let's say you have a really bad day and you end up with 10 consecutive losses, which 10 consecutive losses only occurs, how many occasions over 23,000 trades? 10 consecutive losses, you end up with 7 times over the course of 23,000 trades. You have 10 consecutive losses. So you'd be down on the day 60 ticks if you had those 10 consecutive losses. And that's very worst case scenario. So there isn't a huge amount at risk. Because if you blow up an account and you lose by losing 60 ticks, there are other issues there. But going through, let's say, today's trades, you have a 4-point loss to start the morning. You have a 2-point loss. You have a 1-point loss. Then you have 4-point gain, 1-point loss. 9-point gain, 1-point gain. 3-point loss, 3-point gain. 2-point loss, 1.5. 3-point loss, 2-point loss. Then you have a 10-point gain. We had a price movement that large. Then you have a 22-point gain. Then a 3-point loss. 4-point gain. 3-point loss. 3-point loss. 3-point loss. 2-point loss. 8-point gain. So you have a lot of little losses, and it's not as if they're unrealistic, since a lot of the losses are at least 3 to 4 points, including slippage. You make a lot more money when the higher highs and lower lows don't matter. But to recapitulate, I'm going to sound as if I'm a broken record. I want to prove this wrong, and I'm doing everything I can to prove it wrong. Oh, Fuck me. Why is this going on with me?
Did you just prove it wrong?
No, I didn't. The reason I'm saying I need to go through this trade history a bit more because I'm not seeing. I'm not seeing a single long. Yeah, I'm not seeing a single long right now. That's why the trade count is lower than I expected. Moment, and then I'll probably be cycling soon. Make copy path. I need to change this. I had an error in my data set. I was wondering, why is every single trade I'm taking today short? That makes no sense. This may take a moment. I'm not necessarily, no, I'm not done for the day. But from a discretionary perspective, I really haven't had all too many. From a discretionary perspective, I haven't had a single signal today. Almost there. Okay. Signals. Entries from blah, blah, blah. Centiles. Holy fuck, that's a lot of trades. That's a lot of fees. Okay. Now we're taking longs. That's why the profit factor was off. What's the max drawdown? I'm gonna do. Okay, max losing trades actually goes to 22. Win rate remains pretty consistent. Yeah. Go to trade stats 1 day.
Sorry, numbers. I'll be right back.
Yeah, certainly. Oh, okay. Interestingly enough, because I have a condition which doesn't allow different positions to be on directionally, it actually has only taken 13 trades today. Let me go through trade history. And change this to, what's that? 72, 720, 734. Almost 15. Okay. So this is actually more important. So I'm correct to assume that why I should have had minimal signals today, because 13 signals is technically taking them everywhere, not only contextualized. So this would be the circumstance of The top is yesterday. Okay. Okay, something's a bit off with this right now. Okay. I'm gonna hop on the bike and try to clear my mind.
Good luck.
Yeah, all right. Take care, everyone. I'll be on later. Bye.
Yeah.